I reported on this last week. I spoke about it. I talked about it. A lot of people wanted to shut me up. They said, Anton, we don't want you to talk about it. We don't want you to speak about it. You know, sometimes I actually wake up and I be thinking to myself, Anton, are you going down a pathway to a lot of resistance? Because you can't. I was speaking to Rita this morning before I left. She said, Anton, I think you may need to beef up your security even more. I said, why you want me to beef up my security? She said, because you out here just going off and you don't even care about who you offend. I said, that's a fact, though. That's a fact, though. She said, you just out here just putting it all on blast. You don't like politicians. You don't like mayors of small cities. Tiffany Henyard probably don't even like you. She hates your guts with her crazy weave. You know what I'm saying? She said, you out here just telling it like it is. You don't care about what nobody said and what nobody said it. Oh, Turkey Leg Hut is closing down. All right, AJ, I'm going to check that out. Let's talk about it. She said, you might have to beef up your security, honey. I said, okay, I'll take it into consideration. Because the people don't like it when you tell the truth. Why we got to get security because we telling the truth? Why we got to get security because we telling the truth? But I'll tell you one thing. When I was reporting on these same guys last week, I said, I can't believe that they letting the criminals go. I can't believe, no way, no how did these guys monkey stomp on a police officer in New York as a crew, got arrested, and then got released without bail in New York City. Impossible. No way. No way that this is playing out the way that it's playing out, but it's playing out, though.
Several migrants connected to the beatdown of multiple New York City police officers were just arrested in Phoenix, Arizona. They're found at a Greyhound bus station after leaving New York, where they were freed without bail. Tom Feely is a former director of New York ICE removals, and Tom joins me now. So now Bragg will finally present charges to the grand jury with regard to these folks. All it took was a cross-country escape for him to do so, Tom.
Good morning, Todd. Yeah, I was listening to the DA speak the other day, and he was like, the reason I didn't ask for bail is because I didn't have enough evidence. Unless me and you are missing something, we're both looking at a video right now that portrays this whole event.
So wait. Over in New York City. Where you from? New York City. That's from life. Listen, if y'all don't know that I was trained by popular culture, all of the music, all of the shows that we used to watch it on regular TV, all that stuff. I'm familiar with a lot of different things. And Mr. New York City, you gonna eat that cornbread? Over in New York City, you can beat up on a police officer, apparently, let it show on camera, and you can still get out without bail. Wow. Okay, New York City. So they released these dudes, and then guess what? Guess what they tried to do? They escaped. They went on a cross-country journey. They changed their names. They say, listen, my name is not Ocorate from Venezuela no more. It's not. I am no longer a criminal. I am somebody different. I identify as Miguel. I'm not Alacorate. I am Miguel now. And so they went on a cross-country trek all the way to Arizona. Now, I'm curious. I'm always trying to figure this out, right? How do you, as a person that don't have no job, no money, no nothing, make it from New York over to Arizona in just a few days? How is that possible? How is this a thing? How do you get off with no bail and you wind up in Arizona after you just beat up a police officer? Only in America. Only in America can this happen.
What's so fascinating to me about what you just said and what Bragg said, it shows an underlying lack of understanding as to what bail is there for. Bail is there to keep people from fleeing. Here you have people that are extremely mobile who just did something and fled that scene. Why doesn't Alvin Bragg think that they will then flee again?
You know, he must have took different law classes, because you just hit a key point. Bail is meant to keep the defendant there and not fleeing. It doesn't say anything about whether you have enough evidence or if your case is solid or all these other things he keeps pointing to. Obviously, bail reform is a problem in New York State, but even the governor said that this charge clearly is a bailable offense and bail should have been applied.
Kathy Hochul, the governor, has been okay on this, but I would argue the reason we're in this problem in the first place is just an overall lack of understanding from our elected leaders. Here's what Eric Adams had to say about the case. Listen.
While these 5 individuals are migrants, I want to reiterate the overwhelming number of 170+ thousand migrants and asylum seekers are attempting to continue their next leg of their journey of pursuing the American dream.
Tom, he just doesn't get it.
Can we give a round of applause for Mayor Eric Adams? Mayor head case, Eric Adams, that is advocating for and standing on business when it comes to this migrant crisis. Jesus Christ. He says, listen, guys, it's only a couple bad apples. Don't worry about them. It's only a couple bad apples. We not going to trip about it. We good over here in New York City. They not committing no crimes. They just out here having a good time. They just trying to get over to visit Arizona and see what the Arizona landscape is like. Shout out to Amafai. I appreciate you, big dog. I'm going to read that shortly. That's all they want to do. They not tripping. Well, guess what? Isn't it funny that right after that, literally, right after that, not even 5 minutes later, some new migrants went on a robbing spree over in New York City. Take a look.
That spree, officials say, consisted of 62 robberies where the robbers are accused of sneaking up on their unsuspecting victims, mostly women, on mopeds and scooters. Fox 5's Kendall Green is live.
Wait. I wanna pause. I'm sorry. We got to get the full context. I tried to do it your way, and now we're going to do it my way. Mostly who, ma'am? Can you please repeat that one more time for the people in the back?
Their unsuspecting victims, mostly women.
What did I tell you, ladies? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said, listen, you not safe out here in these streets, man. I know you thought that you were safe because men had civilized the United States of America through war. But guess what? You ain't. You ain't safe. You ain't never been safe. You ain't never gonna be safe. We got a crisis that's happening out here, and so they look for the path of least resistance. Somehow, some way, they found themselves some mopeds and some scooters. A lot of people not really familiar with the culture over in New York. They use the scooters and the mopeds, also over in Miami, in order to do a lot of deliveries. People get back and forth. It's easier for them to get to wherever it is that they want to go, because driving in New York is a nightmare. So they had a crew of like 60 of these joints. Or I'm sorry, at least 60 people got robbed and slapped up. And they walking up on you. They looking at you and they said, you know what? This is really gangs in New York out here in these streets. It's gangs. Shout out to Chris Moore. I appreciate you. Right inside, I'm going to read that super chat shortly. It's women. They're going mostly after women.
On mopeds and scooters. Fox 5's Kendall Green is live in the Morris Park section of the Bronx with more. Kendall?
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. Police made multiple arrests in an apparent grand larceny scheme where they target unaccompanied women, and those involved are accused of snatching their purses and their phones, all to make money, while the mastermind behind it remains on the loose tonight.
Yeah, mastermind.
NYPD walking this duo, 20-year-old Alexander Dacre and 24-year-old Roxana Sejos, out of the 49th precinct Monday evening. They're alleged foot soldiers, part of an elaborate grand larceny scheme across the city. And in Lower Manhattan, police walked a second pair out of the 1st precinct, involved in the same scheme with vicious capabilities.
These thieves would ride up behind their victims on the sidewalk, steal their property, and then make their getaway. The majority of the victims are women. simply just walking alone.
NYPD released this video showing a victim being dragged by someone on a moped and flung into a metal beam.
Ladies, my Mercedes, hold 4 in the back, 2 if you're fat, get the gat. Ladies, my Mercedes. Did you just see that? Did you see that? Don't come to me talking about Anton, pray for me, I need a hip replacement, because some migrant rolled up behind me on his scooter and his moped, dragged me into the little beam that's sitting there in the middle of the sidewalk, took my phone, caused more damage to my hip. I got Kenny Smith knees now. Don't come to me asking me to pray for you. I'm all prayed out. I'm all prayed out. I'm telling you that it's going to get worse before it gets better. If you're sitting here listening to a whole bunch of politicians telling you that, no, it was just a couple bad apples. They got whole crews. They got leaders. They got leadership. They got structure. They have targeting. They talk to each other in a different language that you don't even understand. They telling each other what it is that they need to target in order to make sure that they get that money. And they are now running a syndicate, and they're running an underground facility, and it's just like Gotham City over there in New York. New York and Chicago has become Gotham City. I fully expect for them to be taking over y'all territory where y'all out here doing gang activity and selling drugs. I really do. Where's Hassan Campbell? Let's get Hassan Campbell on this case to fix this. Where is Hassan Campbell, and why is he not on top of this over in New York? I thought New York was his city.
All to steal a cell phone.
The leader of the crew, identified as Victor Para, will blast out a message via WhatsApp that he is looking for phones. Para will send out specific orders for what type of phone he is looking for.
Around 5:30 Monday morning, the NYPD executed a search warrant at the alleged ringleader's home, where they arrested 5 people, recovered 22 stolen phones, along with victims' IDs. But the mastermind behind it all was nowhere to be found.
There are a total of 62 incidents that have been connected to this pattern so far, touching every borough in New York City except Staten Island.
The fraudsters, we're told, had their eyes on the dollar signs. Police say the scooter operator could make $100 a day, and the actual phone snatchers could pocket between $300 to $600 per stolen phone. And the most challenging part for police is tracking down criminals with an indefinite amount of IDs, making it hard to tell who's really who.
They're essentially ghost criminals. No criminal history, no photos, no cell phone, no social media.
Can we really take this in for a second? The police is telling you that they can't even do their job because these people are ghosts. They in the wind. Eric Adams is sitting here telling us not to be worried. Listen, all of these people just want a better life. They all abiding by the law and they doing what they're supposed to do and they want a better life. The police is telling us, listen, we got a tough enough job protecting the regular citizens out here in these streets. But these people are ghost criminals. We don't know who they are. We don't know what their history is. We don't even know if they got a real name. We don't know where they come from. We don't know what their past is. We don't know anything about them. We don't know nothing. And they got leadership now. They got leadership. Where are they even stealing these phones? Where they pawning these phones off? How are they selling them? How do they got WhatsApp installed on their phones? How did they fund this operation? Why do they have housing? So many questions that we need to ask ourselves. But we could have prevented this. We could have avoided this by solving for the issue instead of treating the symptoms of the problem. Now you got a crime syndicate, a growing crime syndicate on your hands. Your jails are already being overran. We don't even know who these people are in the first place. Your politicians are stepping up and supporting them. And it's much more difficult for the criminals to be tracked down. And they got a ringleader. They literally have a board, and they haven't even been over here that long. They got a board of the triangles connecting the different dots of who's the capos, who's the ringleaders, and they can't even find him. They can't find the ringleader that got y'all hoes. Let me revise that. That got y'all young ladies being dragged across the street, and this is what you voted for. This is what you voted for. You went into the booth, you checked the box, you said, we love Eric, we love Biden, we love Karen, we love Mike Johnston, we love Brandon Johnston, we love all of these people that continue to put you under duress. You voted for your own demise, and now you want to run to a different city, to a different state, and say, no. We like Greg Abbott down there in Texas. I'm a Texas boy now. No, stay where you at. Stay where you at. Enjoy what it is that you voted for, and do not change up now. Stand on business. That's your hood. Remember, y'all used to say, no, we from Brooklyn, the Bronx. We from O Block, South Side. Remember you were saying all of that? For neighborhoods that you don't even own any property in, it was your hood though. Stand on business. You got a whole new group of people that truly in real life don't give a F. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care. They come from the slums in real life. They're going to show you what a criminal really look like. When they got your women being dragged across the street like a rag doll. When they got your women being dragged across the street like a rag doll, don't come in here for prayer. Anton, I want to give my life over to Jesus. Long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody. Now you want to be saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. Knock some sense into you. Now you want to vote differently. It's too late. It's too late. These are your criminals. Embrace them. Embrace them. Hold on to them tightly. Hold on to them tightly.